Welcome back to Explore Adventure Moto. My name's Travis. Today I'm going to be taking you through the process of taking off your fairings on the Africa Twin and changing your air filters right now. First thing first, we've got several 5mm Allen wrench screws to take off. We've got one here, we've got one down here. The rest of them are push darts, and that is going to be right here and here and here. One here, and two back in here. So we can pull this whole side skin off, this included, and the air filter is right there. The one on each side. It's the same process for both sides. I will be doing both filters. It's never a good idea when your bike has two filters to do only one. And I'm doing this today because it's been about probably 12,000 miles since I did it last, and those 12,000 miles are pretty hard miles for this old girl. This old girl, not this old girl. There's a very dusty and dirty BDR ride, the Washington BDR on these air filters. There's the Giant Loop ride from last year. Giant Loop, what was that, 11? 10? Yeah, Giant Loop 11 was last year. And a lot of just dirty, dusty off-road. So I'm assuming and I'm anticipating that these filters are going to be plenty dirty. I got brand new OEM filters. And aside from the filters, there are a couple of tools that you're going to need to accomplish this task. You're going to need your filters, obviously. You're going to need some sort of a pick to work the push darts out. You're going to need a 5mm Allen head, and you're going to need some contact cleaner. The reason for the contact cleaner is once you get the fairing off and you get the airbox cover off, there will be dirt and dust built up on the inside of that airbox cover and the airbox intake. It comes in from the front of the bike right in here. Actually, I think it's up underneath here is where it technically comes in from. But anyway, there will be dirt and dust buildup in there, and you want to get that all clean and clean off around the rest of the airbox before you take the air filters off. Because once you take the old air filters off, there's dust and dirt built up on there, and there will be. It's going to get down into the rest of the intake and down into your engine, and that's a bad, bad situation. This is a O-ring pick, by the way. I got these as a set from Harbor Freight. I'm pretty sure I got these from. And they come in a set, and each one of them has a little bit different curve. And this is the one with that curve there that I found works the best for taking out these push darts. The center little cowling, that piece right there, has 4 of those push darts. Here, one each behind that you got to get out, and then that thing will just slide right out. When you start working the fairing off, you just need to move this piece out of the way. You don't take it all the way off so you can get the fairing out. Now all I'm going to do is I'm going to start gently working my way up from the bottom around to the back and to the front, and then this thing's going to come right off. Notice I'm not taking my crash bars off. At least with Outback Motortech, you don't need to. All right, that is your air box. This is the air intake. This has to work its way in up to here. So I gotta undo 1, 2, 3, 4, Phillips head screws to take this off, and then you just work this out and work this off. The airbox has 2 pins in the back that slide into these slots. And as you can see, my air filter is quite dirty. So this job was needed. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to clean up all this surrounding surface with the contact cleaner and get it nice and clean so none of this gunk can fall down inside of the engine while I'm doing this. What do you do during the winter time when you can't really get out into the nice warm weather as much for trips or camping stuff? You end up doing the maintenance on your bike from all the dirty stuff you did all summer. That's looking pretty good. 2 more Phillips screws here, and this thing will pop right off and put the new one on. Something you want to do when once you get the old air filter out is have a look inside of the intake behind the air filter and make sure there's nothing back there. Clean as a whistle. Here's the old filter. Pretty gross, right? Here's what a new filter should look like. All it is just putting the new filter in. They are size specific because the mounting holes are offset from the center. It's just 2 Phillips and it slides right in with the cloth part of the filter facing out. One other thing that I should mention before you put your airbox cover back on, clean out the inside with the contact cleaner as well. In my case, I just found a B. See him? There's a B. If you have any hangnails or any cuts on your fingers and stuff, this is the fun part. Good as new. Now for the intake, it has a little peg back here. That peg slides into this. So you kind of need to put this thing in here and then slide it back, and that's what locks it in. The two Phillips head screws that are on the bottom here and here, they actually have little keepers that are molded in, so those screws never actually come out. You can slide them all the way out of the way, so when you take this airbox cover off and put it back on, they're not in the way. One air filter down. The other side is exactly the same as this side. Now, when you put the fairing back on, you want to do it in the reverse order that you took it off. So you want to start in the front and get those push pins put in, hammered into their grommets, and work your way back until it's all set. And then you put those push darts back in, and then there's just a couple of Allen head screws, and you're good to go. Fairing's back on. We're going to do this opposite of the way it came off. Start with the front, go to the back, and work our way down. This needs a little bit of convincing sometimes, but as long as you're using a flat palm, it'll pop right in. You're not going to damage your plastic. It sounds horrible. Very loud, very noisy, scary first time you do it, but not terrible. There are 3 push darts per side go up underneath here. The other push darts you're going to have left is going to be for this center cowl. And done. Bike is buttoned back up. That is how you either check or replace the air filters on your Africa Twin. All 2016 up through 2019 is exactly the same. I'm not sure on the newer ones. For the most part, in general, it will be the same. There may be a little bit different configuration of where all the push darts and the Allen head bolts are, but for the most part it's going to be the same. If you found value in this video or you liked what you saw, give the video a thumbs up. I don't know, maybe consider subscribing. I do a lot of DIY garage stuff. You can find them all in the playlist from the garage. I just try to show you how to do stuff to your bike so you can save yourself $120 to $160 per hour in labor by not taking your bike into the shop. A lot of this stuff is one heck of a lot easier than you think it is. People build it up in their head and then they never do it, and then they just go and pay the labor charge anyway, when it's actually just a simple job and you just need a very few tools and some patience. That's all it is. Thanks for hanging out with me once again today. This has been an Explore Adventure Moto production. Stay hairy. Welcome back to Explore Adventure Moto once again, where you can learn that I don't know what my damn fucking intro is. Welcome back to... Oh, Jesus. Alright, so for one thing, I guess my camera decided to switch to photo mode and just took a picture of me putting the filter in. And done. Bike is buttoned back up. Man, it's bright.